streamers are not doing it right. And I'm gonna show you why with the help of the most subbed to streamer of all time, Ludwig.
Ludwig, if you're watching this, I'm yoinking and twisting you. It's your fault. You told me to do it. Please don't copyright strike me.
Yoink and twist.
Hey everybody, it's Aaron Hawaii here. And I'm not like super prepared to do this video, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna jam. But I mentioned Ludwig because actually I'm gonna use him to explain everything that I wanna try to say to you guys. And he gives advice on this amazing video that he did a while back where he did a whole presentation on how he got to where he is today and what he thinks is the best advice for content creators on Twitch. So if you don't listen to this advice, then you're not listening to the person that really is most qualified to give you advice as a streamer on what you should be doing to grow your channel. So we're just going to dive into it right now. We'll look at a couple clips and then I'll just kind of feed back on some of this stuff. So let's do it.
Well, this is my one advice, my biggest advice. Streams are recordings. That's what it is in 2021. That is the best way you can think about a Twitch stream. Why? Well, let's think about a YouTube video. YouTube videos have some pros that normal streams, conventional streams don't. YouTube videos have built-in growth mechanics, all right? The algorithm. A YouTube video can pop off. A stream can't really pop off.
This is actually a really important point here. Discoverability on Twitch is really bad right now. If I go to a channel like the Just Chatting channel, for example, and you're a Just Chatting streamer and you're just getting started out, the fact is like the top 10 rows when I search Just Chatting on Twitch, and we'll actually do this right now. I want to show you real quick. If we go down the list, right, the top stream, 39.5 thousand viewers, okay? And I scroll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Let's make it 10 rows. This guy's at 1.2 thousand. Right? Still way more than any streamer who's just starting out is going to have, right? Let's keep going. 11, 12,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20, 482 viewers, right? Like, if you're starting streaming, you already know that like in the beginning months of your new stream, you're going to have like 3 people watching. That's actually what it takes to get to affiliate, I think, like 3 average viewers over a 30-day period or something like that. Let's see how long it takes for me to scroll down to somebody with 3 viewers who's probably been streaming for, you know, a few months now.
I'm going. In fact, it has to like stop and load because I'm going through so many people.
Like this is crazy. If you think about a page like this with 4 rows and call that like a page in a newspaper, that's like the fold of the page, right? I'm having to flip the page so many times to even find somebody. Like we're still in the hundreds here. So just think about it in terms of like, you have so much competition just to be seen, just to be found by somebody who is just scanning through a category. This is not the best way to be found. Ludwig is making the point here in his video that YouTube is just better built for people to find you by just searching for the kind of content that they want. Here's another fact about streaming. You cannot gain followers and earn revenue when you're offline. That's the problem with live streaming. You're not going to grow while you're in bed. YouTube, you can grow 24 hours a day. You'll gain subscribers, people will watch your videos. They might click links that you put in your descriptions that send them where you want them to go next, like your social media channels or your Twitch channel. So that when you are live, they've already followed you and then they get a notification or they notice that you're live and now they're checking you out somewhere else. And those things are now feeding each other whether you're live or not. That is a huge bonus that streamers who aren't addressing that in their approach to growing as a content creator are just missing probably the most useful dynamic that exists out there ready for you to use. So with that in mind, let's take a look at another clip.
It's time to start formatting your streams around your YouTube videos. So you have to stream for YouTube. Now, when I go live, I'll have segments, and that's how I think of it. I'll have segments for YouTube, and I'll stream those segments, and then I'll have like filler time in between, and then I'll have some things that aren't for YouTube. And that's fine, but you need to have some segments.
You know what's genius about what Ludwig is saying here about formatting portions of your live stream to be cut after the fact and put on YouTube is that's literally what he is doing right now. This video is a segment of a live stream, and you can see that because the chat is literally following right in front of him, everything that he's saying. You're killing two birds with one stone here. I mean, think about the time that you would save not doing those two things separately, right? Like, I'm going to stream for 5 hours, and then I'm going to go offline, and then I'm going to record another YouTube thing for 5 other hours. Like, why not just do it in 6 hours, right? Where you've streamed your stream for the 5, and then you only have to edit afterwards for like an hour. You've already done the content, and then you just throw it up there, and it has future value. Right? VODs on Twitch don't have future value. Nobody's going and watching your VODs. Like, VODs on Twitch are just not, they have no value. Whereas this is an amazing approach because the extra few minutes that you'll spend before you start your stream just structuring what you want to accomplish there is going to be so valuable. Basically, what you do is you do a little of this, a little of that, a little just streaming and hang out with chat, and then you take a pause, you introduce your segment. You're not really reacting to chat so much because you're thinking about how this is going to deliver on YouTube, and you do your thing that you're basically as you're recording for your YouTube channel. And then when you're done with that segment, you go back and now you're a streamer again and you're hanging out with your chat again, but you've made those hours that you spend so much more efficient and so much more valuable for your ability to grow. And don't neglect the fact that when you put this content on YouTube, you're also alerting people that discovered you on YouTube first that you do stream, right? Ludwig having his chat still there in his video, even though he's not talking to them, it lets you know this guy's a streamer. Like, I should make sure that I can be there for the next one when he's live. And of course, you put a link in your description, letting people know, or you even mention in the video that you are recording this while you're live on Twitch so that people go and check you out. Make sure that YouTube and Twitch are feeding each other by just being more intentional about that. And here's where I'm going to call some people out. Uploading your Twitch VODs to YouTube is just lazy. And at worst, damaging, actually, because if I find your YouTube channel before you maybe try to even implement these changes that I'm talking about, it may be too late, because if you've just been dumping your VODs on there, then maybe I discovered you when all of your videos were just VODs, and I'm like, blah, this is not valuable content. So I don't sub and I never come back, and that's it. And you may do a better job later, but the damage is already done. I'm not coming back because I'm just going to assume that more of it is just you slapping your VODs somewhere else and going to bed hoping that you're going to farm subs and viewers off of it. It doesn't work. It just does not work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because YouTube is not just a casual viewing experience. YouTube is like a search engine. People are searching for specific things, and those things need to provide value. Otherwise, why am I there? What am I looking up? I'm always going to type something specific into that search that hopefully leads to your video. So if there's no value proposition explaining what the video is about, how they're going to benefit from watching it, and then it actually is structured in a way to accomplish that, then you're not going to succeed. Another thing that I hear a lot from people who are frustrated that they're not growing is that they're not getting raids, right, on Twitch. And maybe they think it's because, well, I don't have enough viewers to draw the attention of bigger streamers who might then want to raid me or whatever. Raids are not going to help. At least they won't help if you're not ready for them to help you. And I'll let Ludwig dive into this a little bit.
So let's think of the Mr. Beast Challenge 1 video. Mr. Beast did a challenge. He shouted out the channel of a winner. The idea was get this person 1 million subscribers. And it was a contest where you get the winner of the contest 1 million subs. And the guy who won was Zealous. Zealous is at 2 million subs. And the only reason he's there is because he had content that, one, was quite similar to Mr. Beast's, already there as a bedrock. If Mr. Beast shouted out a channel that had never posted a video, they're not going to go anywhere. And look no further than every time a big streamer hosts a 20-viewer Andy. You host a 20-viewer Andy, they're not ready for it, they don't have the content for it. You look back a month later, still a 20-viewer Andy.
He cannot be more right here, and I know from personal experience. I actually got a raid a while back by one of the biggest chess streamers on Twitch. And I got like 80 new followers from it. And then I didn't recognize a single name from those followers in future streams. I thought about it. I realized, the reason why is that I wasn't prepared to greet them with anything of value for them to know, like, this is somebody that I should check out more deeply than just throwing them a follow as part of the excitement of a raid. And you're going to see that the retention is not very strong, regardless of whether you're getting raids or not. A huge percentage, probably like 90% of the people that followed you don't come back on your next stream. And it's not to say that you're not interesting, you don't have like what it takes to be a streamer. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the thought that Twitch is the only place that is necessary for you to grow as a content creator, that's the problem, because it's not the best platform for it. It's a good platform in combination with another platform that's stronger at discovery and retention, and that's YouTube right now. Now, the last clip that I want to share from this awesome video by Ludwig, and of course the link is in the description below, I highly recommend that you check out the entire thing, is about figuring out, okay, I do want to do this. I want to use YouTube to help me grow, not just on Twitch, but everywhere. But what content should that be? If I'm not just dumping VODs, then what am I doing?
There is one thing that I've done that will always work. It's tried and true. This is the #1 thing you need to stream to make it big. The yoink and twist, baby. What everybody else is doing. That's right. Yes, you do not have to rewrite the entire playbook. We do not need a New Testament. We're good. Jesus got it down the first time. Yoink and twist. Look, I'm not saying to carbon copy, because people notice, people will make fun of you. You can't just do it one-to-one, because honestly, you won't do it as good most of the time anyway. You can yoink and twist.
He's not giving you a license to go steal other people's ideas and then replicate them exactly, right? What he is saying is the research time that you spend looking at your competition, looking at the people on YouTube that are making the same content as you, the same subject matter, and looking at how their videos perform is going to tell you a lot about what people find valuable on YouTube. You can look at just the view counts and check out people in your category. Literally right now, search your competition. And if you don't know who they are, well, then you have that research to do first. Look at their view counts of their videos, and then look at what the creative content was. What was the idea? What was the concept of that video? That's going to be a really good use of your time. And you should be researching your competition. You should be researching what works. And that, I think, is really the bigger point here. And you need to listen to people who have actually been successful, not just like in the last 6 years, but like in the last 1 or 2 years, because a lot has changed. And you want to listen to people who have tips about what's working now, not just what worked in 2017 or something.
What's up? Guys, be honest with me in the comments. Are you sick of me saying that if you want to grow on Twitch, you need to make YouTube videos? And if you are, that's fine. I'm sick of saying it too, which is why on stream I legitimately have a button that says, haven't heard in a while, what's the best way to grow on Twitch? Oh, what a great question. The best way to grow on Twitch is to build a following on more discoverable platforms like Twitter or YouTube, and then move that following over to Twitch.
If you think you just stay grinding on Twitch alone and that should be good enough, like, it's not going to be good enough. This is like the best advice right now. Okay, so we've made the point there, and now the question is, all right, like, how do I succeed on YouTube? What are like the technical things that I need to learn? Is like one of the things that people are really scared of is like, how do I make the algorithm put my videos in front of more people? And do I really want to like have to learn all that stuff? Well, there are a lot of tools out there that will actually help you do this without having to go get a degree in like whatever. I use this extension on YouTube called Tubebuddy. It's something anyone can get. I think there's free versions and paid versions. I pay like a very small amount to get a slightly better version than the free one. And it literally scores your videos when you upload them and tells you what the things are that you need to do to improve their discoverability. It is like super easy. I'm not lying to you guys. And I'll show you what Tubebuddy shows you. We go into the actual details of the video itself. You can scroll down in here and it's gonna give you like a list of best practices, add chapters, get a like on Facebook, add info cards, reply to a comment, add tags to your title, add more tags, heart a comment, these are all things that are believed to actually positively influence your discoverability on YouTube. And it's gonna track whether you do them or not. And I do them every time. Use that stuff. It didn't take long to learn and it works. You should also really consider technical improvements. If it's rough on the eyes, then I'm gonna think that you don't really know what you're doing yet. And I'm gonna move on to somebody else who just has a cleaner presentation. And presentation is more than just gear. It's how you lay out your content in the frame that you're given. You have a 16 by 9, 1920 by 1080 canvas in which to do your stuff. And you need to lay things out in a clean and clear way. I actually did a few videos on my channel where I reviewed people's streams, not just chess streamers, but others, mostly chess streamers, I think, where I actually looked at their VODs or their YouTube videos, and I gave them specific advice. So if you want to see the kind of advice that I would give to others or to you, you can check out those videos. And of course, the last thing, and I honestly think it's the most important thing, is just researching. Researching what other people are saying works on YouTube. It needs to be recent advice. It needs to be credible advice from people who know what they're talking about. And just get engaged in the space of the conversation around content creation. One of the people that I follow who gives really awesome advice for streamers and YouTubers and stuff like that is Gaming Careers. One of the really smart things he does actually is he does a newsletter that goes out on a regular basis, and he actually has valuable insights that he's gathered that he's just giving away. And if you're not following people like this, then you're not seeing this kind of conversation that's going to give you ideas. In this thread on Twitter, he addresses some of the misinformation being spread about how the YouTube algorithm works. So he does his best to explain what he's learned from talking with YouTube staff, Creator Insider, and growing his own channel to more than 300,000 subscribers. And this thread is fantastic. He goes into pretty great detail about what has been found to work and what doesn't. And so I'm just saying that you have to start thinking of yourself not as being on an island anymore, but like really being engaged in the conversation about being a content creator, not just scanning the surface for what other people are doing that seems to work for them, or rather only skimming the surface of what your competitors are up to. Look at what people in various genres are up to. And see what's working. My wife actually watches a bunch of makeup tutorial YouTubers, and I'll be somewhere and listening to it in the background and actually finding that they're doing stuff that I realize I want to apply to my YouTube videos, even though I'm not even doing anywhere near similar content. I guess I'm doing tutorials, so that's kind of similar, but still, you need to look around in more places than just one. So anyways, I'm at the end of my rant here. I'm gonna post links in the description of this video to various content creators that I actually look at and look up to for advice that I then try to apply to what I'm doing. And I want you to check them out, like seriously. I'll put a link to some of the videos that I did look at in this video, but also other creators that I didn't mention, but that I follow for you to check out and think about. But ultimately, this is all up to you. You have to decide how serious you are about this, And if you are serious, then the fact of the matter is you need to diversify where your content is going. You need to create multiple funnels rather than just one. That right now is YouTube. So get in there, start learning how it's done, provide value, and you're going to see an improvement in engagement on all your other channels. And if you disagree with anything I'm saying, you can come to my Twitch channel and you can yell at me while I'm live and we'll talk some more. Or make a comment in this video and we'll go from there. All right, talk to you later.
Welcome, and thanks for calling the RN Hawaii YouTube hotline. In a few words, tell us what you're calling about. You can say things like, my stream won't start, or how did you do that thing with your webcam? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Press 0 to reach an operator who can assist you.